cool. So before this exercise, we're taking a look into local DOM and how can we just put some HTML, CSS, style templates over there, and then Polymer just clones all that out for you. You don't need to care about all this. So we're going to recreate this diploma. Like this is our last day, so what better example we could do than a diploma. So I'm just going to go ahead. Okay, empty. We're going to create a component. That's all I'm going to have right now. Just importing that and calling my elements. Polymer. And we created DOM module in a script, right? And then we register our task, and we just need to correlate our DOM module with our Polymer element. Okay? Have some template over here. Let's try this out. Let's see if it's gonna work or not. Okay, this is all our element is doing right now. We need to create some CSS for that. Just gonna put some div here. It's gonna be like our container, and so have like a title, some text, this other stuff. Just gonna go with Fresno City College. I'm gonna copy and paste that whole text. This one, just to save some time. So we got this. Arizona City College. Let's go for the font. Blah blah blah. Okay. Just gonna create a style tag and start playing with this little guy. So I want my div to have a background. Okay. Getting some nice brown color here. And since this is a tag, I could just define some width and height for this guy, right? Cool. So we want some different font. Just gonna put the color of my text as this one as well. All of them have this color. Going to Google Fonts, trying to find some cool font. There are some filters, like slant. I don't know what this means. Just gonna get this one, Tangerine. Copy and paste this. Okay, so I have a font. Maybe, I guess it's better to move this here. Not sure if this is gonna work. Let me try. Actually, I could just move this. Is it the right name? Yeah, right? Okay. That looks better. Text align center. That looks better. And now we want to put some lines under these names, right? So this is an H2, this is another H2. Oops, too much. It's good. Let's increase the size. Let's put some padding over here. Not worried, but it's too much. Nah. It's too much. Let's leave it like 32. That's better. How does it look like, guys? Good? Good enough? Can we go ahead with this?
I think you should put that crappy devil head behind it all. Ram logo.
What? Oh.
I'm joking. Come on.
That's good. We won the World Cup of CSS.
So we loaded our font, we're defining some style. We have some template. And we are registering our element. So this is, that's done, you know. That's pretty good. There's some stuff that we can make it better. So as a, from like the styling point of view, I don't want to, like from the body, from my main document, sometimes I want to style this element from here. This is good. But I can also define what what my element is gonna look like from inside. And I don't want that div anymore. I just want to style my element. I don't want this div container all the time. My element is already the container, right? So there's this, I could just remove this. And instead of div to reference my whole element, I can just reference like this, host. I don't know if you saw that last week. You got the same thing. Just a little bit better. Cool. And now that we already have our diploma, we can start adding some attributes like college, attendee, and course. So school equals Fresno City College. Attendee
I think you should change it to the School of Rock.
School of Rock. And we see the course. Okay, so now we have our attributes. Let's define them on the properties option, on the properties object. So we have school, string, and we have attendee in course, right? And now on the attached function, we can start putting that. So this dot query selector.
Magic.
There we have it. We can have attributes and just attach to our local DOM, and our local DOM already clones everything for us and already do all the job for us. We don't need to clone and do all those things. That looks much better, right? That looks cool. How can we improve this?
Start selling it.
Start selling it? That's a good idea.
Diplomas.
That's a good idea.
How can we improve it? Well, if you wanted to update when attributes change, you can work on that. But
We could work on that. Can you just check one?
I think I saw that that didn't happen.
I guess you could get the names to come in from like a data file, but.
So we could do that. When the attribute change, we could change this. But there's one thing that Polymer does for us that is pretty cool, and this is called data binding. What is this? So data binding is like you get some information, like you loaded a JSON, you got this information, and you want your UI to update that once your data changes. So there are lots of ways to do data binding nowadays, and that's how frameworks like Angular got really popular because they started to do this data binding stuff. So data binding is like binds properties or sub-properties of a custom element. So imagine you have like school, you have all those things to your local DOM. And I can show you how we can do this. So let's get back to our car example. So I have my car right here, and this is the same, pretty much the same thing I have with my diploma, right? I have some local DOM, and I have my properties, and I have all those stuff. But I don't want to keep like querying the DOM and then setting the content, and do this all the time. So with Polymer, we could simply reference our attributes. And remove all this.
Ooh, you're holding out on us.
It's like Angular, right?
So with that,
Why did we even learn all that JavaScript stuff? That's easy.
so there you go.
That's just like the thing, right? It's like web programming is like this great trip to massive complexity and depth. If you do it right, and then you come back out of it and you abstract back to these tools that do it all super easy for you. If you do it the wrong way, you just go straight to the super easy tools. You have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like sand.
Yeah.
So that's extremely awesome. We got, remember all the stuff that we did, you know, we had to query selector stuff, get the value of the attributes, set the attributes, define default values for them. What we're doing right here is that we have our tag, we have some attributes, and we are defining our properties that will match with our attributes. Once the attribute changes, my properties are going to change. And I'm using that on my local DOM, so that updates as well. So this is,
So now are you going to show us how to connect to Firebase?
yeah. If we have 1 more hour, so
That'd be sweet. Even if we don't have an exercise on it. Give us 5 minutes to like take our old file and create a new file.
yeah. So you can just go ahead and do the same for this. So get this file, what you did with your school and with your diploma, and use data binding on this.
I'm gonna draw.
Yeah.